50 yards from right here and pick it clean.
Yeah, okay.
That was the hardest shot in golf.
Oh, you're going to come down there? I think.
And all that is getting the arms down a piece of. Just watch the right elbow on the backswing. See how the flexion takes place a little here like this here. And it takes place again, the elbow and the follow through one more time. Right? If I go right here, a short one like this, now everything gets more minimalized. Just going here like this. Now I'm going uphill, so I've got to speed up the tempo maybe a little bit, or just take a little longer backswing. Right? So much of little subtleties. One thing I don't like what Mickelson would do sometimes, he'd take a high lob on the shot. He doesn't need it. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah, you blast it.
He's always playing a game within the game, that type of conservatism. See, Seve never did that. And Nicklaus would never do those kind of things. Right? So here, they've got neutral grip again. What am I doing on the backswing? What's the first thing my right elbow?
Ben.
Not like this.
Coming
You're working here like this. I just have it on the side going here like this. So this is with a sandwich here. Watch. If I go 8-iron, I don't put the. See, before back in the '80s, I would hit the shot like this. I'd have this thing back here like this. I would cock this club.
Yeah, same way. Yeah,
hot rodding.
Rockets.
Just hot rodding, man. Okay. And here, look where the bulbs. It's like B2 here, and weight's a little bit left. Transfer.
Yeah.
Got it. Now here, if I put the ball back. Now, what I should have done is not cock my wrist and just go this way. It still comes off too high. See? And now the absolute key, if I have this over here, when I come to remember I got to release this to a straight line. That's the absolute most important thing. And that's what gets that sound. Right? You see it, you'll see how this goes here. Right? So if I take an 8-iron here, oh wow. 8-iron. Boy, is this fun to start chipping the ball with these less lofted clubs. Little run that little boogers over. Got a little move in my right elbow on the backswing. Right elbow on the backswing. A little weight transfer here. Left elbow on the follow through. If I go to a 6-iron. Same concept, everything's changed. The only thing is start choking up a little bit lower on the club. Why, Mike?
You gotta tell me.
So you can.
What?
It's a longer club.
So you,
Longer club. You need the weight. If it's too heavy like this, it'll sag, fall down. Or drop kick on it. If it's lighter here like this, here you have a little bit, the fulcrum point changes. Here, just a little transfer.
The other thing you're doing is you're changing the attitude there, right?
Say it again?
The angle is changing here, Mac, on your shaft. So if you held it out at full length, you've got all this angle.
Yeah.
Right? Once you choke down, you're taking the sag out of the club already.
Yeah. As the club goes up higher, it moves more towards the axis, right? So here, one more time here. Right elbow, left elbow coming here like this. You see that ball's a little hot? All right, now watch. Here, just little right elbow, little left elbow on the follow through, right? This is a 6-iron.
That was good sound there.
Yeah. Take a 4-iron. Seve would go all the way to a 4-iron and chip the ball here like this. Here, right elbow, left elbow.
how much weight's on your left foot about, or what?
Same thing. That center, 2 inches here, then just transfer 2 inches. Boom. Now, when you get to the longer club here like this, it's almost like putting. You don't really have to have that much weight transfer. I always like a little bit. You know why? Stay relaxed. Okay. Now, if I take a sandwich here and start to hit some of the lobs here, do this little quarter lob right here like this. A little weight transfer here. Whoops. When Bob yesterday was hitting some of these shots, he's coming through impact here like this, and the club's going right in the line to double hit it like here. If I hit that a little harder, would have. Right? Mickelson, you see him lining up on a shot like this. You see him lining up, and he's going doing these high lobs on shots like that. For what reason?
Don't need it.
Remember when he four-putted down there at Southern Hills or something? In the U.S. Open, about the 12th hole, the third round with Bertuckus and one down there, four-putted from 4 feet or something. You guys remember that? He was just jamming it in the hole. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay, here, now watch. See how his left knee is bent here? I'm going to transfer my weight. Okay? Left leg is staying bent. Okay? If I start to hit, and this is really crucial here, I go a little longer shot here like this. Watch when I come to impact here like this. There's a point here you start to get your upper part of your spine going backwards. Right. Now if I have to go, the key is that when you're coming down to P6, if I have just this normal little quarter lob here like this, watch. My elbows, I'm not doing any wrist to impact. I'm just bending this elbow, transfer the weight, right? Bringing the shaft up parallel to the follow through. Left elbow's bending. I'm not doing anything with the wrist. Bending the elbow. You want to hear this? Watch it. Okay? Cutting across that little booger. You can hit almost all your shots around the greens here like this. Okay? You don't have to be playing around with those wrists. Now, if you got to start getting that ball up higher, really, really high like this, then you're going to get this kind of action. So this is going to look like this. Right? This kind of thing. Right? Mike, how often would you hit a high lob real close like this?
Hardly ever. Well, never. The only time you'd bring this shot into play, obviously, is if you're sitting down here and the pin's over there where you have to go over the edge of the boundary.
Yeah. Especially, when you're sitting here like this, you start getting really opening. If you start lowering that butt of the club down here like this face has to start open. You go here like this, you start hooking it. If I were to take this wedge and go to that pin, now watch, I aim, look, my butt of the club is so low here, aim right at the hole, stay right on the plane, like this, ball's left. But I didn't feel like, how did I pull it? I pulled it, what?
The face is aiming.
See? But it didn't feel like I pulled it. I mean, if I thought I came down just right on the plane, here like this, I thought it's fine. Why is that ball that far left? Now, if I sit here like this, take this butt of the club, move this back up like this to heel and toe on the ground, okay? Now I do everything like this, I'll be fine. I don't want to take too big of a pivot here because the grass is too nice. If I take an 8-iron here, take an 8-iron here. If I take an 8-iron and I go at that pin over there, and I lower this butt of this club, or actually I get it right here like this, and I go right on the plane. Watch, this ball's going to go. I think I'm lined up just right. There it is, left to the green. Like, wow, what the hell happened? What is that? Now, especially as the hill goes sideways and more sideways. Augusta 13th hole, you have to open the face up or play a draw into the green, right? So if you sit here, if I aim it just right of the green, I hit the exact same swing. It is. Look what happened. Okay, it's right in there, right now. So you can literally play draws here. Literally line this up, start playing draws without closing the face. Don't have to just lower the butt of the club. They'll shock you. All you have to do is stay on the square plane line. Look at the divot going through, right? Now, if you do the exact same thing here like this, put the butt of the club down, and I open the face on the backswing, swing on the same plane, the ball's out over here. It's face open, right? So I could have side hill lie like this. I know how to aim at side hill lie. The tendency to bring the butt of the club down, I may have to compensate like this here, and I want to get a fade, just open the face in the backswing. Like this, and cut the thing in there like that. So, there's some